Today we're going to do a really simple foot treatment at home which will help you if you find that you get dry feet, cracked heels, or your feet just need a little TLC. Now we're filming this mid-September, so we're moving into the season where you've come out of the summer where your feet might be exposed. That can be good or bad for people. Sometimes when they're exposed they're in their best condition. Other times when you've been wearing a lot of your sandals, it means that your heels can get very dry. But when you move into a different season, it's the perfect time to change your foot routine, step it up if you'll pardon the pun, and make sure that your feet are looking their absolute best, feeling their best, and you've got no issues. So we're working with some Avon Footworks products today, and they are the Footworks Marine Foot Soak, the Footworks Marine Foot Scrub, the Footworks Cracked Heel Treatment, and then what you can do at the end of a foot treatment is you can use the soft cotton socks, sometimes referred to as the booties, and these ones are by Pedicure. Now I must let you know this isn't sponsored by Avon, they've just provided me with some products that I can try it out. I've used Footworks before in the past, but I've not used any of these particular products. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the foot soak, and it can be anything you like. You could just use one of your normal basins at home. This is a salon style basin, and what I really like about these is that they've got the insert for every client, so there's no chance of any cross infection. And the other great thing about the inserts are they also have the little bumps within them, so you can get a little foot massage if you press and move your feet upon it. Then when you're finished, this just goes in the bin. Now obviously what you do is you give this a full clean every time, you make sure it's sanitary, but it's just so handy if you're working with clients that you can just pop this in. So that's your brand there, Belava. I don't know how old this is, I've certainly had it for quite a few years, but if you want to know more about the brand, that's your name there. So what we're going to do first is pop some of the marine soak into our basin and get the warm water. So I'm going to use about decent amount, I'd say maybe 2 tablespoons if you were going to judge it, just all the way around. It's got a nice subtle smell. When you hear marine, you sometimes think that's going to be a really strong scent, but that's actually very subtle. I like that, very mild as a scent. But what we're going to do is put about 2 tablespoons worth in and get the temperature of the water warm but not roasting. And again, if it's for yourself, you can judge it. But if it's for someone else, test the temperature yourself. But before they put their feet in, make sure you get them just to test it slightly to make sure it's not too hot for them. So we'll get some water in here and then we'll get on with our foot scrub. So as you can see, there's a mild foam here. It's not overly bubbly, but you can see the foam. And when I was actually filling the basin, the scent, which I think is very subtle, starts to get a little bit stronger and starts to fill the room. So that can be a nice little addition if you're using it with clients or if you want the full at-home salon experience. It's really hard to describe the scent. When I think of marine, I sometimes have that cliche in my head, which is that artificial seaside smell or the really strong fake sea smell. It's not like that at all. It does smell fresh and it does smell pleasant, but it doesn't have that, you know, the cliched scent, if that's the best way of putting it. It's definitely on the fresher side. So now we are going to get on with our scrub. So we're going to use a marine foot scrub now, and it's got a nice texture. It's nice and gritty for the feet, which is always something that you feel for that particular area you're really going to get the best results with. This does have a slightly more powerful scent than the soak, so when you're using it, you know that you're using it, so you should get the full effect. You're going to be layering your products. So we've been soaking the feet, and now what we're going to do is ask your client, or if it's yourself, do it yourself, is take one of the feet out, and then you've already got it soaked, so you've got your water there, and you're going to start scrubbing the feet. So just work in circular motions. If you need to add more water to activate the product, then do. Work between the toes, work on the ball of the foot, any areas of dryness, sometimes it's at the side. You can work on the top of the foot, lift the foot and work on the heel. And I always say try and aim for 3 times over an area. Now that's got a nice scent, you can smell that, so again think of the layering aspect of that. And then once you've done your 3 times over, if it's yourself, pop your foot back into the water. If your client, ask them very gently to move their foot into the water, and then what you're going to do is repeat it on the other foot. So we're doing it again with the other foot, working in our circular motions. If anyone says that they've got tickly feet, just use a nice firm pressure. And you can see that this scrub foams up a little bit too. Don't be afraid to work on the top, at the sides, in between the toes. And then again on the notoriously dry areas. So just ask your client to allow you to take the pressure as you work on the heel. And again, roughly 3 times over, and then back into the water and splash off the product. So we'll just pop your foot back in. So we've scrubbed the feet, they've had a nice soak. Our client's been working with the massager element of our disposable basin cover. So now what we can do is ask our client to take out 1 foot. And remember, if you're doing this on yourself, then there's so many different massagers that you can use for yourself. You can self-massage your feet. Sometimes you do need the flexibility though. You can also use the rollers. You get the massagers, the electric ones now. I've got some massagers that I've reviewed on the channel. So there's quite a few different ways that you can massage your own feet if you have to. And we're just making sure that the feet are dry. Again, dry in between the toes. Support the leg and dry the heel. And then what we're going to do is use the cracked heel treatment. So that's got urea and HA acids. You can use this between 1 and 3 times a day. So it's got no scent. I thought it was going to be, don't know why, but pepperminty. I think that's the cliche. You always think it'll be very fresh and minty, but no scent at all. And this is a powerful product which is designed for that dryness. So because it's for cracked heels, we're going to keep it specifically to that area. But obviously if you've got dryness in other areas, then there's no reason why you couldn't carefully use a product like this in those other areas. So again, we're just taking the support of the leg, or if it's yourself, doing it on yourself, then obviously just work over the heel. It sinks in quickly, but there is a residue there because it's got to do its work. So if you then wanted to use another product, say you wanted to use another all over foot treatment, you can do that. And then what you could do for either a few hours or maybe overnight is pop on either specific cotton socks or booties to really allow the products and the whole treatment to take its effect, or just a nice pair of cotton socks that you feel are perfect for what it is you want to do. But that is our very simple 3-step treatment to nice soft feet for moving into the new season. And as always, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe.